Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I wanted to talk about 3 of the biggest and best decisions that I have made in my life that have impacted my life the most and in the best ways possible. And by sharing my experience, I hope to inspire you as well to make these big choices in life that are going to completely transform your world for the better. Well, eventually for the better. Maybe at first it's not going to be so hot. And also to provide you with some ways of how you can also make these decisions yourself. So I'm going to share with you sort of the consistencies that I experienced while making all of these decisions that turned out now in retrospect, looking back in hindsight, turned out to be actually really good decisions in my life, and sort of the consistencies that took part in making those decisions. Okay, so the first, foremost, best decision in my whole entire life that I am so proud of myself for making, and this was probably like the best, most exciting one, is moving to Colorado. So, I used to live in Chicago, and I'm from Hungary. I was born in Hungary. I moved to Chicago, America, when I was 10 years old. That was not by choice. That was my mom, whatever, she wanted to come here, and obviously I have no choice. Good decision on her part because I'm happy I live here, but the choice to leave Chicago because it just was not aligned with my soul at all. The gloomy weather, the cold, the wind, the plains, the flatness, the city, the people. I'm not trying to hate on Chicago, like, it's a great city, and like for a lot of people it's right, and that's where their soul needs to be, but that wasn't the place for me. And thankfully I realized that, and I was just like, all right, I'm doing this. Moving to Colorado was like one of the best decisions of my life. I have lived here now for almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years this summer, and I just love it here. I feel so inspired. I feel so aligned. Like, this is where I'm meant to be. And that's not to say that I'm going to live here forever. It's just for right now, this is where I need to be. And this is where I needed to be for the past 5-6 years of my life. It's sunny. It's warm. The mountains are so healing. I can go have my nature time at any point in the day or whenever I want. It's like I can take a mini vacation at any point that I want. I don't have to like travel to faraway lands. Paradise is in my backyard. For me, it aligns with my soul. Now, I'm not advocating for everyone to move to Colorado. I'm just saying that if there is a place that you really want to live, and if where you're living right now is not resonating with you, and you just feel like drained and exhausted, and it's not a place that you want to live, like it's not aligned with your dreams and your desires, right? But you're there because it's comfortable, because that's where you've lived your whole life, that's where you grew up, that's where you have your family, that's where you have your friends, that's where it's familiar, right? It's comfortable. So it's like a huge step to get out of that comfort zone and move to a different place in the world where you don't know anyone, where you don't know anything, you don't have a job, you don't have anything. And I'm just here to tell you that one of the best decisions in my life was doing that, was leaving behind everything, my family, my friends, my everything, and coming to Colorado. And what made it exciting and what made it easier is that I loved it. It aligned with my soul. I was passionate about it. I was excited about it. It was like, yes, finally, sunshine and warm weather. We still have winters here, but they're mild. And mountains and nature and peace, and the people are so friendly, and I just love it here, So don't you, like, the feeling I feel now, I would hate it if I was, if I didn't make this decision to move to Colorado out of fear or wanting to stay comfortable or with the familiarity or like, not wanting to leave the people behind. And I would never get to experience this feeling that I feel. The feeling I feel from living in Colorado is like no other. It is complete alignment and like right where I'm meant to be, right where I'm supposed to be. And I really do feel really inspired here, really creative here. And there's just something about it. So I suggest that you go travel, check out places where your soul resonates, where you like the vibe, and freaking just move there. Like, honestly, just move there. Just go for it. You have one life to live. I mean, to me, it just boggles my mind when people choose to live in one place for their whole life and they're not happy there. Like, it's one thing to like live there because you're happy and like you like it and everything, but a lot of times we're just kind of forced into those places because that's where our parents, you know, had us, right? Like, that's where we were born, and then, you know, that's kind of it, and then it becomes comfortable and familiar, and then, okay, that's just what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so I recommend that if there is a place that you want to live, to just do it, go for it, don't be scared, it's gonna be fine, and you're gonna be so happy that you did it. Okay, so the second best decision that I have ever made in my life isn't as exciting as moving to Colorado. This was a very hard decision. I would say this was the hardest, saddest, and most painful thing I ever had to do in my whole entire life. This was the hardest thing I ever had to do, and having had made this decision, I feel like it was the best decision of my life, but it was the hardest thing. And that's probably why a lot of people wouldn't make this decision. That is getting a divorce. So that is leaving my ex-husband, who I was with for 14 years, most of my life. That's kind of all I knew. And choosing to leave him because I felt intuitively, and I just felt like it was time to go. It wasn't right for me. I wasn't 100% happy. And I knew that I had lessons to learn. I knew that I had a whole nother life to live. And a lot of that had to do with me being alone and independent and just on my own, basically. Because, you know, when you're married to someone, you're really relying on them for a lot of things. And I never was able to embrace my own independence. And it's been almost 2 years since, you know, I left him. And so many moments, and as sad as it is, because like I said, this wasn't easy by any means. This was like one of the hardest things I ever had to do, and it was super sad making this choice, you know, breaking his heart. And you know, he didn't want this to happen, so that was even harder for me to do, but just knowing that this isn't my path anymore. But you know, there are moments in my days where I reflect and I'm just like, wow, like I am so content, like I am so happy that I did that. And like, yeah, guilt comes up that like, how could I say such a thing? That's such a shitty thing to say, you know? But like at the deepest, you know, level, I know that like this was the best decision ever, because ever since I got a divorce, I have gone through like a billion transformations. I'm finally more myself. I'm more aligned with my path, with my purpose, with who I am as like a person, my independence. I'm just learning how to become me, you know, without having any sort of attachments and an identity as a wife or a girlfriend or whatever. It's just me having to do things on my own. It's just so empowering. I have become so strong, and just to be a free spirit and just to be able to have the freedom to do whatever the hell I please. And I've just felt like this motivation to live my life and to do things that I would never have the courage to do before. Just feeling really, really strong and inspired, and just a lot more passion in my life, a lot more creativity, and just the freedom to do anything that I want to do, right? And like ever since I got a divorce, like I have, you know, learned so many things about myself. I have started new things in my own business. I have just gotten really, really in touch with my intuition and like how I feel and what it is that I want in life. And so many positive things have come out of this, and really just getting in touch with myself. Like the reconnection with myself after getting a divorce is probably the biggest thing. And also, obviously, like not being married, you're able to have these more experiences with other people and relationships, which teach you so much. Without those relationships and continuing those relationships and having the freedom to explore, I would never be the person I am today. The transformations and the growth and the evolution that I have experienced and will continue to experience, you know? So as hard as that was, on a soul level and an intuitive level, like I knew that that's something that I had to do. My soul needs to experience this, and it was really hard, but it was the best decision of my life. So if you are contemplating that, if you're in a similar situation where you're not happy within your marriage or within your relationship with your partner, however long, 14 years over here, just know that it's never too late to leave. If you're not happy, if you're not satisfied, and you have this deep calling that you need to leave, because it, you know, my relationship wasn't even toxic, but there's some people who are in these toxic relationships, you know, get the fuck out, you know, like just leave. And if you're not in that kind of situation, but you're feeling like something's wrong, something's not right, just listen to that feeling, because I'm telling you from the other side, 2 years later, I am the happiest person. Like, I have never been happier within myself. And my life's not perfect. Like, it's not, things aren't like 100% aligned, but it's not about that. It's not about the externals. I just feel good. I feel good with my decision. I feel excited about life. I feel like I can do anything. I feel so strong and empowered, you know? And I believe that will happen with anyone who does such a big thing that is so scary and so hard in their life. It will just grow you. It will grow you immensely. Okay, so the third best decision that I have made in my life, and I'm so happy that I did that, is starting my online blog, my online business. It's gonna be 5 years this spring. So starting that was such a huge step for me, because that's where I discovered, like, this is kind of like what I want to do with my life. You know, I want to be a spiritual coach, and I want to help people, and I want to blog and spread my truth and spread my message, and I want to help people, you know, find happiness within and find their own empowerment and freedom and to love themselves, and really just to share my own journey of transformation and everything that I'm learning on this journey, and teaching it to others and helping others, inspiring them, motivating them to also come along, you know, for the ride, and like do it yourself too. Just, you know, maybe anything I can give to you to inspire you to embrace this journey of spirituality, personal growth, you know, self-reflection, and all of that stuff, and just like finding your truth and really living true to yourself. So like following your dreams, like going after your soul's desires, you know? So yeah, I started, like, this YouTube channel is recent, you know, I just started recently making videos, but like my blog, my actual website, I've been doing that for like 5 years now, you know, and I'm just so happy that I started that, because ever since I did that, like, I have never felt more fulfilled. Like, I can't imagine my life without doing this. Like, it's my life purpose. It's part of my life purpose. And the way that it's manifesting is through, you know, creating content for you guys, and coaching one-on-one and things like that, and doing tarot readings, because I'm also a tarot reader. That's a newly discovered passion of mine, actually, and gift that I've been getting in touch with. It's not going to be on this list, but that was another really good decision in my life, is to choose to learn tarot and to do that. But anyway, like, there's no way that I can imagine my life without doing this, or without, in some way, shape, or form, you know, helping others, healing, you know, providing some sort of a service, a spiritual service. Like, I just, like, it's like life has no meaning without that for me. Like, it does not compute. Like, I cannot grasp that concept. So the day that I decided to start my online business and to create a website, just really is just like set up a website and start blogging. Like, start saying stuff that you know, start telling your story, put yourself out there and see where it takes you, you know? And this is still obviously a work in progress. This is still, you know, growing, and who knows where it's going to take me. But since then, I have healed so much from my own blogging, like just from like talking about my experiences and talking about the things that I have learned and I continue to learn through the writing process and the talking process. I process too, you know, I reflect as well, and it becomes more concrete within me. So it's almost like healing myself. And it has, I mean, just putting myself out there, you know, making videos like this 3 years ago would have been like, I can't, you know, I can't do that. And now I'm comfortably talking on camera. So I just see my progression and my progress, and I've gained so much confidence in myself, and, you know, as a coach and as like a spiritual teacher or guide or whatever you want to call it. And, you know, when I decided to do this, it was definitely, like a big decision to make. It wasn't like, okay, let me, like a little impulsive decision. I thought about it. I really put a lot of thought into doing this. But anyway, the point is, you know, the moral of this story is that I really encourage you, if you have some sort of a passion or a desire to do something that really puts you out of your comfort zone, you know, and it's not really comfortable, but it's something that you really like to do, just please do it, and please start, because you will look back and be like, oh my God, I'm so happy that I did that. Like, if there's a class that you want to take, or a skill that you want to learn, or like a certification that you need, or you want to go back to school, or something new that you want to start, right? Like a project, whatever, you have a goal. Just start today, because if it's within you, like if your soul is calling you to do it and you're putting it off, it's gonna come back in like a year. It's gonna come back in 2 years. It's gonna come back in 5 years. And you're like, damn, I wish I would have started it 5 years ago because this nagging feeling was there already and I ignored it and now it's still here and it's 5 years later and fuck, you know, like I'm behind now. So just start as soon as possible. Like whatever little creative idea. And I'm not saying like to be super impulsive and just like start random things that you're not gonna finish, you know, give it thought. But if you have something that you feel like it's part of your purpose, like it fulfills you, it's something that it's different, you know, it's unconventional, it's untraditional. Maybe people will think you're weird or people won't understand. It doesn't matter. Like if your soul is telling you to do it, just do it, because you will look back and be so proud of yourself and be so happy that you did it. And like where I'm at, like in my own business, you know, I mean, from 5 years ago to now, it's like I'm in such a different place. You know, I'm in such a higher place, better place. There's been so much growth and abundance, and it's just gonna continue to grow. Like I'm not stopping until I get to the top, you know. I mean, there is no top, but this is just my passion. It fulfills me. It makes me feel so good. It gives me meaning, you know, it gives me a purpose. And without this purpose, I don't know what I would do. And if I didn't have the internet to do this on, I would do it in other ways. Like, I don't care, you know, like there's just, like in some way, shape or form, I would be doing this. So, don't hold back on your dreams, especially with regards to your like passion and purpose. Whatever it is that you want to do, just go for it and you will thank yourself later. Okay, and I know this video is already kind of long, but I have just one more thing that I just want to mention, a decision that I made that was one of the best things that I could ever do, which was to quit drinking alcohol. So I quit drinking alcohol, it's been, I don't even know, maybe 4 years now, and it was one of the best decisions. It was an easy, obvious choice. It was like, it wasn't even like, should I or should I not? It was like, yeah, obviously you should, like, you're doing this. I didn't feel good from it, you know, like I got really bad hangovers, even just while drinking. I wasn't as sharp, even just like conversing with people, even if I would go out with people and have a beer, I would just not be as alert and in tune with like the person in the conversation. I'd become dummied down a little bit, and I hate that because like I like my mind, I like to be present, I like to be there with a person, I like to know what's going on, you know? So for me, it was just like, it just made me dumb, and then I hated being drunk because then I have no control over myself. I mean, yeah, of course it's fun, but like, you know, the hangovers weren't worth it. Like I had really bad hangovers and I felt really anxious the next day, just a lot of anxiety and just disconnection from myself 100%. Very like irritable, negative, just like lazy, unmotivated, you know, the regular hangover symptoms. So hated that. So it was an obvious thing that I'm going to quit drinking, but it was a really, really hard thing for me to actually do. So the actual like stopping and not doing it, you know, cutting it out of my life was hard. You know, you have the craving, you have the temptation, you have the habit, the routine coming up. So that was really hard for me, but I did it. And a lot of things that were also hard was like the social aspect of it. It's like, you know, everybody around you is drinking, you know, it's just it's in your face like constantly, and your friends are drinking, like this is just what people do, and then you're all of a sudden like the person that doesn't drink, you know, how do you deal with that? So it was an adjustment, but best decision. I mean, I could not have accomplished what I have accomplished in my life drinking. I mean, I wake up in the morning and I have a sharp mind. I wake up and I'm ready to go. I wake up and I'm creative, I'm inspired, I have passion, I have energy, I have motivation. I'm not dulled down, you know, from the effects of last night's drinking. My mind is clear, it's sharp, it's alert, you know. So there's so many positives to it. So if you are contemplating quitting drinking, and it's something that you've been struggling with, you know, I'm here to tell you that it will be the best decision that you'll ever make. You will have so much more energy. You'll feel motivated to get, you know, to your goals and to get shit done. It will also make it easier to get in touch with your intuition, because you do block that when you are drinking. It's a poison, it's a toxin that you're putting in your body, and your body's working hard to get rid of it. When you don't have that, you're just clean and clear, and you're more connected to your higher self, spiritually, to the universe, to everything. You see things clearly, okay? You have a clear mind. So, yeah, it's an obvious thing, and yeah, it's gonna be hard. You know, people are gonna hate on you. They're gonna make fun of you, your friends, you know, whatever. You might not be able to do the same things that you used to do. You might have to find new friends or new activities to do. But I can tell you that you can definitely have fun sober in all ways. I mean, alcohol, I mean, I don't miss it at all. Like, I actually have more fun in life now, and I'm spontaneous, adventurous. I will try new things. I'm very comfortable. Like, I'm not scared of things, you know, like alcohol is not needed. You know, you find that power within. Once you get rid of alcohol, that thing that boosts you up and makes you feel better about yourself and more confident, you know, temporarily, once you get rid of that, you tune into that power within you, and then you generate that from within. And then you find that confidence and that motivation, you know, naturally. Your body starts to produce that. So it's a beautiful thing, and I highly recommend it. Okay, so let's get to it. So how can you make these big life decisions in your life? So basically, I just want to share with you some of the things that I noticed in all of these decisions, like what took part in making these decisions and what was consistent throughout all of them. So the first thing was that anytime I made this decision, it always aligned with my dreams, my desires, and my values, and my future of what kind of life I want to live, who I want to be, where I want to be, just my ideal life, my ideal self, and my ideal life. So all of these decisions aligned with that. Okay, moving to Colorado, starting my online business, getting a divorce, quitting drinking, they were all aligned with my future dream life. So if you ever have a desire or a decision to make, just ask yourself, is this aligned with my dream, ideal, desired life, or who I want to be as a person? And if it is, then that's great, you know, it's a good decision. Okay, the second part was, it just felt right. Intuition. I mean, I will keep saying this, like intuition, that's your number one guide. Every single one of these decisions was something that my intuition was telling me to do. It was a green light from my soul. It just felt right. It was like, this is just what I have to do. It's right, you know? It was a deep knowing that was guiding me, that I had to trust in, even though some of the things didn't necessarily make sense logically, and it was really scary to my mind. But intuitively, I just knew, I felt it. It was a gut feeling. It was like a knowing that this was the right choice for me, that this was my path. So that's just something you're gonna have to tune into. I have a bunch of videos on that on my channel, so if you wanna learn more about your intuition, you can check that out. Okay, so the third aspect to all of these decisions that I made in my life was that they all scared the shit out of me. So every single one of these decisions really, really scared me. And that's how I knew that it was something that I needed to do, that it was something that was good for me, because I knew that if it's scary, it's going to have a really big payoff. Like if I'm really putting myself out there and out of my comfort zone, that's how I'm going to, it's like, not even I'm going to learn a lot and transform, because of course you are, but like, you don't get big rewards if you don't take big risks. Like if you're just playing it small and you're staying within your comfort zone, you're just kind of going to get that same type of level of energy back, right? Like equal give and take. The more you give out, which is like the bigger, you know, the bigger risk that you take, which is going to obviously be more scary, the bigger the reward. So like getting a divorce, I would say was like the biggest one, right? Like that's the scariest one. It scared the shit out of me. It triggered a lot of fears of just a whole list of them, right? But I am literally like a transformed person from that experience. Like that literally changed my life forever and put me on a whole new path and trajectory in life, you know, more aligned with my destiny. I always say that the things that scare you the most in life are exactly where you need to go. So this isn't like I'm scared of my abusive partner, let me stay with him. We're not talking about that kind of fear. We're talking about irrational fear. Like, I'm really, really scared of moving to a different country. Like, it really scares me because, you know, whatever. That's probably irrational fear. That's like your soul saying, like, yeah, go there, you know, like your fear's telling you to go there. I don't know why, but like, that's just how it works. Like, your fear is in a way like leading you towards what it is that you're meant to do. So if something scares you a lot, it's probably a good sign. It's like something your soul wants you to pay attention to and pursue. But I will tell you that, you know, fear always played a role in all of these decisions, and they were on, you know, different levels. Like moving to Colorado was more exciting, but there was like fear underneath it, but it was like really exciting, so that was cool. But it was still, you know, I don't have a job, how am I gonna make money? Like, I'm gonna miss my family. It was a huge thing, you know, a huge like letting go and then starting anew. Like it's scary, but it was one of the best things ever. Getting a divorce, already talked about that. Starting my online business, oh my god, this is so scary. I'm gonna be like so vulnerable, putting myself out there. Everyone's gonna know my whole fucking life story, you know, like people are gonna judge me, criticize me, like so many fears. And it's that kind of stuff that builds you. It's that kind of stuff that makes you strong, makes you be the person that you're meant to be. And then the stronger you become, the less you actually care about all those things. So it's just like a beautiful thing. So yeah, that's kind of like how I would check in with myself. You know, if you're trying to make some big life decisions, it aligns with your values, your desires, your dream life and future and who you want to be. It feels right intuitively. It just aligns. It's just a knowing that you just have to do this despite the fear. And there's going to be fear. So that's actually a good sign. If it scares the shit out of you, it's probably meant for you. So those are the 3 kind of tips I have for you. I hope that this sort of inspired you to, you know, go after your dreams and to live your fucking ideal life. And, you know, don't let fear hold you back. And just know that you're going to make these big decisions in life, and they're going to be really, really hard at the time, and it's going to suck and it's going to be dark. But the payoff afterward is so amazingly beautiful that your future self will love the shit out of you. Like your future self will be thanking you all day long, and you will sit there in contentment for the rest of your life. And you know, isn't that what we all want, is to feel happy and good with our lives and to not have any regrets, you know, on our dying bed when we're, I don't know how old, you know, regretting like, oh, I wish I would have done this, 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 and this. You don't want to have any regrets. So just live your life to the fullest and make big decisions, even if they scare you, because that's what it means to live life, right? Life is all about experience and trying new things and learning about yourself through those experiences. And if you're going to choose to live a comfortable, familiar, safe, secure life, that's probably going to be really boring, and you're not going to be happy. You're going to be complaining all the time, and just because you don't want to go through a little bit of challenge and hardship and discomfort, you know. So it's your choice. You're always in control of your life. No one's forcing you to do anything. You're not a victim. You know, the universe isn't punishing you. Like, you have all of the tools at your disposal to create your dream reality. If I can do it, little me, then you can do it, okay? So just believe in yourself, trust the path, trust the universe, trust your intuition, and you're gonna have an awesome journey, and you're gonna live a great life if you choose to do so, you know? It's all up to you at the end of the day. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like additional support, you can check out my services and my products down below in the description box. I'm sending you so much love. I will talk to you soon. Bye.